Hi, my name is Steve Petrunak, and I am a member of the board of directors for the organization called CLEF. And I want to speak today about what preparation for liturgy looks like. Usually when we're thinking about being prepared for liturgy, we're thinking of things like, what are the intros to the songs we're doing? What are all of the things we have to remember for each of the songs? How many verses we're going to do? Are we doing any special endings? Are we changing any key to make it easier to sing? All of the decisions that go into preparing the music for liturgy. But that's not the only preparation that's important or needed to be ready to support God's people in their sung prayer. What's equally as important, if not even more important, is preparing our hearts. How do we prepare our hearts for being the best we can be and bringing the best music ministry that we can bring to our communities? The whole notion of preparing our hearts really begins and lies in the understanding that what our ministry of music is really about, when it comes down to it, is service. What we do is we serve communities with what we do. We serve them by providing a foundation for them to join in with, a musical foundation where their sung prayer can become a part of our music making, and that their praise of God can be authentic and true and passionate. That's what our job is about. And so one of the first thoughts about presenting or preparing our hearts for liturgy is to adopt within everything we do within our work of ministry the heart of a servant leader. Servant leadership means that we get out of the way and that we first and foremost consider the needs of somebody else or some other group. In this instance, with our ministry, servant leadership for the community means that we put the community first, and that our hearts are in a place that we can see the work that we do through their lens and not our lens. So in preparing my heart for liturgy means that I'm going to take the time to let go of how much I like the particular song that's been chosen or the particular music for that Mass that's been chosen, and instead look to my connection, not just with the music, but my connection with the community and my connection with my own God. If my heart's not in the right place, if I'm focused on anything about my own expression musically, so I'm going to have a chance to be in the limelight, or I'm going to get a chance to show what I'm capable of doing, those are elements of music making that can exist somewhere else, but not in liturgical music making. So preparing our hearts starts with embracing what is a servant leader. Once we have that kind of attitude, then to build upon that servant leadership sense within ourselves, there also needs to be, and my good friend Lene Gray says this all the time, there needs to be an attitude of gratitude. If we could approach our music making from a servant leadership model, our attitude of gratitude could be huge in allowing that to really be fully expressed. What's an attitude of gratitude? It's pretty simple. That everything that we do, everything that we have, every skill that we have, every gift that we have, that we share, that we bring to our music making, that we understand that that gift came from God, and how grateful we are that God has built us, made us this way, so that we can share what it is that we've been given with the rest of the world to make the world a better place, to make the world more aware of God's presence in where we live and what we live and how we live. So, servant leadership, a servant leadership approach to our music making and preparing our hearts in that way, combined with an attitude of gratitude, will put ourselves in a really, really great position when we're walking in to make music. What that also will allow us to do is it will allow us to better be able to connect to the emotion that is called for musically, that we can authentically express what each song and the text of each song offers. When our heart's in the right place, then we can minister well. So let us remember that we don't want to just prepare musically when we come to liturgy, but that our hearts need to be in the right place with a servant leadership disposition coupled with an attitude of gratitude.